Yo, what up, my batting family? We back with another video here at No Limit Bets for the NBA slate of February 15, 2023. We got a big slate tonight, y'all. We got 10 games going on, so there's definitely a lot of props to pick from. But I'm going to be bringing out my top 6 picks for tonight's games. But before we get started, as always, I would like to say good morning to y'all, good afternoon, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. Hope y'all having a good one, and hopefully we can make it a better day by winning some money. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, if you enjoy the content, or if we were able to win you guys some money by some of the picks we posted on here, please like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's truly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 500 subscribers, more than halfway there. Definitely appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown thus far, but we want to keep that train rolling. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's videos, today's picks. Just to do a quick recap of the slips that I did put out last night. We were able to go 5-1 on this one. Came so close to the full sweep, on this slip. Draymond just had to hit a 3. I mean, every time I take the under, he hits a 3. Every time I take the over, he doesn't hit a 3. It's a tricky game. I know it's a hit or miss prop, whether he makes one or doesn't make one. Obviously, against the Clippers, I thought he wouldn't hit one. But 5-1 was a good slip. Then we had this one here where we went 4-2. Derek White was able to hit his over on his PRAs. He had a great game last night. And then Bradley Beal came short with only 19 out of 22 points. We really needed 23, but 22 for the push. So he came up just short, 4-2 on that slip. And then a slip that we did post on YouTube yesterday, or that we posted yesterday pretty much. We were able to go 3-3. It's not a winning day, not a losing. It's just completely neutral. DeAndre Ayton was able to get it done. Pascal Siakam was able to get it done, but with the discount of the PRAs. His regular line was, I believe, 36.5, and he would have came up right on the hook, just short with 36. But thankfully, we were able to get the discount with the Taco Tuesday. We were able to hit the over, and then Sabonis gets us 7 assists to Green. Now, the ones that did miss, Paul George came up short with only 20 out of 22 points. Obviously, as you guys saw, they did discount him later on in the night down to 17.5. So with that, he was able to green, but not his original line, which was 21.5. And then the last two, Derek White and Giannis. If this game did not go to overtime, we would have greened him, as Derek White at the end of the fourth quarter, end of regulation, he ended 2 out of 10 from the 3-point line, and Giannis was at 51 PRAs. So obviously overtime allowed them to hit their overs instead of being under, which is what we took. And as we all know, man, overtime is a double-edged sword. I mean, when you take an over and your player hasn't hit it yet, the overtime is definitely a benefit for them to get the opportunity, an extra 5 minutes to get, the over. But if you pick the under and it goes to overtime, that's a killer, man, because they obviously have an extra 5 minutes to hit their overs, even though you took the under. But it is what it is, man. 3-3 day could have been a 5-1 day, but we definitely take a 3-3 day. It is not a winning day, not a losing day. Is completely neutral. Obviously, on PrizePicks, you're losing because you didn't win no money or any of your money back. But we definitely want to get back to our winning ways tonight. So let's go ahead and hop into today's picks. For our first pick, we're going to go to rebounding prop. And we're going to go down to the Jazz and Memphis game. And we're going to take Walker Kessler over 9.5 rebounds. Now, I know he's only hit this once out of the last 5, averaging 9.4. But 3 of them came right on the hook with 9 against Toronto, Minnesota, and Dallas. Now, like I mentioned, tonight the Jazz are going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, against the Grizzlies, he's only played them once out of 3 games this season. The one that he did play was their most recent matchup, where he where he was still coming off the bench. And in only 23 minutes of play that game, he ended up with 10 points and 11 rebounds. Obviously now, Kessler is their starting center, so he's getting more minutes, and that should lead to more production depending on the matchup. I like today's matchup against the Grizzlies for Kessler due to since the Steven Adams injury, the Grizzlies have become one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. They're getting killed on the boards without him down there. So that's really the main reason why I like it. I mean, other than that, Walker Kessler should be able to get his rebounds. As far as in his points and rebounds line, I believe they have him at 20.5 points and rebounds. The points, he could be able to get that line. I'm just not too confident on the point side of things for Kessler. I'm definitely more confident on his rebounds. So we're gonna go ahead and take Kessler over 9.5 rebounds for our first pick. For our second pick, we're going to stick to the same game, and we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to go with Morant over 28.5 points. Now, as you guys can see, he's hit this 3 out of the last 5 games, averaging 29.4. The ones that he did come up short on were against Boston and Cleveland, 2 of the top defensive teams in the league. Obviously, Utah is not even near that realm on the defensive side. Utah is one of the worst defensive teams in the league, and they allowed a lot of points in the paint. I'm not sure if they're tops or somewhere close to it. I know for sure they're somewhere close to the tops in points per game given to the opposing team, and in 5 out of his last 6 matchups, Morant has hit this over with 32 points, 12 points, 36, 32, 30, and in their most recent matchup with 37. Now, and the one that he ended up with only 12 points, he only ends up playing 26 minutes as it was a blowout in the Jazz favor where they were up by 20 after the first quarter, and they never looked back pretty much. So give me Morant over 28.5 points. I think he gets it done for us tonight. So we're going to rock with that for our second pick. For our third pick, we're going to go to a PRA prop, and we're going to go down to the Houston and OKC game. And we're going to take Josh Giddy over 31.5 PRAs. As you guys can see, he's hit this 2 out of the last 5 games, averaging 31.2. Couple of those games there, he ended right on the hook with the Lakers. Golden State, he ends up with 30. And against the Pelicans, their last game, he ends up with 28. Now, against Houston, as you guys can see, February 4th, in one of those matchups, the most recent matchup, he ends up with 35 PRAs. And they actually played them. That was the second of a back-to-back against the Rockets. The previous game was February 1st. And in that game, he ends up with 36 PRAs. Now, the 35 PRAs, which was their most recent game on February 4th, did come in a blowout in OKC favor. This is when they score like 151 points It was a complete blowout, and he only played 28 minutes in that game. So I expect this game to also be high scoring. There's really no defense played on either of the sides. Houston or OKC really are not defensive teams. So there should be a lot of points scored. And Josh Giddy is someone that's pretty much could fill up the stat sheet. Obviously, he could get rebounds. He's a assist guy, and he also can get his points from time to time. So we're going to rock with Josh Giddy over his 31.5 PRAs for our third pick. For our fourth pick, for our fourth and fifth pick, actually, we're going to go to the Cavs and Sixers game. And we're going to start it off with a points and rebounds prop. And we're going to go to Joel Embiid over 41.5 points and rebounds. Now, against the Cavs, they only played once so far this season, and that was a complete blowout as in the Cavs' favor, as they ended up winning by 28 points. So obviously, Embiid didn't hit his line that game as he didn't get his full minutes. But overall, against the Cavs, he's gone over this line 4 out of the last 6. Obviously, one of those that he missed was the blowout. But in those 6 matchups, he's averaging 34 points and 12.6 rebounds. Definitely going over this line. And against the that was against the Cavs, but against Jared Allen himself, which is more than likely going to be his primary defender, he's averaging 29.8 points and 13.5 rebounds overall when facing against Jared Allen. So I like this matchup. Overall, it should be a competitive game. It's only a 2.5 point spread. And yeah, man, it being that they got blown out, Philly did their last game, their earlier matchup against them. I expect Philly to have a point to prove and come out with a great game and try to go ahead and return the favor. But I just think the Cavs are good enough at this point to withstand that, and it should be a competitive game. So going for our fifth pick, like I said, we're sticking to the same game. We're going to go to the points and assist prop, and we're going to go to the other side and take Donovan Mitchell over 30.5 points and assists. Now, like I did just mention, the earlier matchup this year was a complete blowout by 28 points in the Cavs' favor. And then in that game, Donovan obviously didn't get his minutes. He got sat down early, and he ended up with 18 points and 6 assists in 26 minutes of play. He was efficient from the field, going 5 for 9 from the field. So if you give me a competitive game, he should get his full minutes. And I think he gets it done for us. I think he has a great game today. It is on ESPN, nationally televised. So I think both of these teams show up and show out. And then on the road this season, Donovan Mitchell is averaging 27.3 points and 4.5 assists on the road this season for a total of 31.8 points and assists. So give me Donovan Mitchell for our fifth pick. And then for our last pick, we're going to go back to the Houston and OKC game. And we're going to go to a rebounding prop. And we're going to take Jalen Williams over 4.5 rebounds. Now, as you guys can see, let me go ahead and pull it up. He's hit this 4 out of the last 5 with the lone one missing, right on the hook with 4. He's averaging 5.8 over his last 5. Against Houston on February 4th, he ended up with 6 rebounds, as you guys can see. And he's pretty much gone over this line at all 3 matchups against the Rockets this season. And then with 5 rebounds, 6 rebounds, and then their most recent one, 6 rebounds. So Jalen Williams is definitely has a lot of potential. He's been productive sporadically, but he definitely has a lot of potential, man. He could get it done at the offensive end. He could shoot three, and obviously he's a big guard that could get the rebounds as well. So we're gonna rock with that for our last pick, and that's gonna be it for our top 6 picks of tonight's game. We're going to go the over on all of them. Really couldn't find no unders I was comfortable with. And as always, if you guys agree with any of my plays, definitely do your own research. Just don't take my word for it. And here at No Limit Bets, we like to go with the low risk, high reward. So we're going to go ahead. There is some odd numbers that I have on my balance, as you guys can see, $13.12. So we're just gonna go ahead and bet at $8.12 to bring it down to even $5, and we're gonna bet that for the possibility of winning $203. So we're gonna go ahead and place that entry, and that's gonna be it for today's picks. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get this money.